Welcome to the second episode of World Starvation News. I am your host, the founder of feedstarvingchildren.org. Thank you for joining us. As usual, let's get straight into it. We have here our first article with the United Nations. UN looks to address unprecedented catastrophic levels of food insecurity. The world currently faces unprecedented catastrophic levels of acute food insecurity, according to United Nations agencies, and around 6.6 billion is needed urgently to support 41 million in danger of sliding into famine. 41 million people in danger of sliding into famine. That on top of how many people are already in famine worldwide, starving to death. This is serious. This is a humanitarian crisis. Be that voice in your church. Be that voice amongst your friends and your coworkers. Me and you are literally the only people talking about these serious things, and we must do whatever we can to feed as many starving people as possible. To ramp up support, the United Nations on Monday convened a high-level event calling for international action before it's too late. Close to 500,000 people are experiencing famine-like conditions in Ethiopia, Madagascar, South Sudan, and Yemen. In recent months, vulnerable populations in Burkina Faso and Nigeria have also subjected to these same conditions. In addition, 41 million people worldwide face emergency levels of food insecurity, only one slip away from edge of famine, representing a 50% increase in just 2 years. That is insane. Millions more are experiencing crisis level of acute food insecurity and are at a real risk of rapid deterioration. We must get as much food to starving people around the world as soon as possible. People are literally starving to death. We can sit here all day and argue that this and that caused worldwide global famine. Or we could just say, shut the hell up. What the hell can we do about it? And get serious and send as much food to starving children and people around the world as possible. If you're like me and you live here in America and you got a little bit of money in the bank account, we can make a real change. Let's go on to the second article from the United Nations. Child malnutrition expected to quadruple in southern Madagascar. At least 500,000 children under 5 in drought-afflicted southern Madagascar are on the verge of acute malnutrition, two United Nations agencies warned on Monday. The number of acutely malnourished children is likely to increase fourfold since the previous assessment conducted last October, including 110,000 in severe condition whose growth and development will suffer irreversible damage. The United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF and the United Nations World Food Program said in a joint statement. What is currently happening in southern Madagascar is heartbreaking, said World Food Program representative Mumini Odrago. We cannot turn our backs on these children whose lives are at stake. More than 1.14 million people are food insecure in southern Madagascar, and the number of people categorized as surviving in Phase 5 catastrophic conditions risks doubling to 28,000 by October, the agency said. And with the lean season, the time of year when food stocks run low, around the corner, the crisis forecast to drastically worsen. Urgent need to invest. With global acute malnutrition rates touching an alarming 27% in the worst affected Amdovi Andri district in the far south, urgent steps are needed to prevent further deterioration. This crisis has been exacerbated by poor health and sanitation facilities as well as a lack of safe water. There is an urgent need to invest in the prevention of treatment of malnutrition in children to prevent the situation from becoming even more critical, said UNICEF Representative Michael St. Lot. Since last year, World Food Program and UNICEF have been working closely with Malagasy government and partners to address severe hunger in the south. But as the crisis deepens, actions must be intensified. Everyone listening to this right now is part of the feedstarvingchildren.org army, and our purpose is to send as much food as possible to starving people around the world so they do not starve to death. Our second purpose is to spread the message as far and wide as possible, because every rich person in the world that it touches may feel that need to send food to starving people. So your actions alone can be responsible for literally tens of thousands of food to starving people around the world. That's why we must do everything that we can to spread the word and grow the community. Okay, let's check out the third article from the United Nations. 100,000 children in Tigray at risk of death from malnutrition, says UNICEF. More than 100,000 children in Ethiopia's Tigray region face life-threatening severe acute malnutrition the next year, a tenfold jump over average annual levels. Spokesperson Maxine Mercado told a United Nations briefing in Geneva that aid workers' worst fears about the health and well-being of children have been confirmed. We need unfettered access into. Right now, we have just 6,900 cartons of life-saving, ready-to-eat, therapeutic foods in our warehouse in Tigray. That is enough to treat severe malnutrition in 6,900 children. Ms. Mercado said that 47% of pregnant and breastfeeding women were acutely malnourished. This increases the risk of encountering more pregnancy-related complications and of maternal death during childbirth, she said, along with the delivery of low birth weight babies. This truly is a humanitarian crisis. We must do whatever it takes. We must get food to as many of these starving people as possible. Most people in this life are just barely scraping by, providing for themselves and their families. But there is that small percentage of people and making good money, big money. If you have $10,000 in your bank account, you're doing good compared to most of the world. And it is your responsibility to first take care of yourself and your families, of course. But look at your $15,000 landscape project and say, who the hell cares? This is stupid. This is pathetic. This is so materialistic garbage. And instead take that money and send it to those starving children on this planet that need it, that need that food just to survive. Instead of buying a new $80,000 truck here in America with all the stupid bells and whistles to impress three stupid, worthless people on the street, who the hell cares? Instead of doing all that stupid crap, can't you settle for a $15,000 truck, which is still nice? I mean, geez, that's pretty dang nice. And take that extra $65,000 and do what's right and send as much food to starving people as you possibly can. Some charities might be on the up and great and, trustworthy, but can you trust one? I don't know. I know I wouldn't. I'd rather spend the money myself and make sure that every penny is spent on food and not employees and stupid crap. A selfless act like that would truly be maybe one of the greatest things you've ever done in your entire life. Can you even imagine something so great? I've seen people spend $30,000-$40,000 in America on landscaping, some stupid plants and some stupid bark and grass, and a year later it looks like crap, looks average. I used to be a landscaper. Trust me when I tell you, no one's going to be impressed. No one cares. Only materialistic, stupid people that believe in all that crap and garbage who even care. You're probably going to feel a whole lot better about yourself and the purpose of your life if you have provided tens of thousands of meals to starving children. Step-by-step tutorial on how to send food to starving orphans around the world right now. It is feedstarvingchildren.org's 123 easy step system. Step 1. Find an orphanage in the third world. Step 2. Find a local grocery store that can deliver. Step 3. Place the order and have it delivered. It's just that simple. Anyone can do it. Anyone can get food shipped directly to an orphanage or a food bank in a poor part of the world now.